Yo. Welcome to the Clouds and Coffee, where we talk about clouds and we talk about coffee and whatever else we want to talk about. With me, as always, with me as always,
quite frequent,
my co-host, Brad Dad.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, man?
Brad Dad here. Doing all right, man.
It's a good night.
Enjoying the weekend.
The weather's nice right now.
Feels good outside, dude. Who else we got with us?
As always, or most of the time, I should say, on the sticks this evening, Mr. Hayden. How you doing over there, big guy?
Pretty good.
Good. We got an exciting show for you today because we have absolutely nothing planned. That's how every show goes, though.
Tell you what, more.
Like I said,
we have a little bit of a plan. We can fade out the music now. We can fade out the music. Oh gosh.
like I said, man, this is a podcast where we just have fun, good friends, good conversation, and we just see where the night takes us.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
You
That's
ain't
what we
even
do.
know.
Out there, if you would like to see us try to, some topics for the future conversations that we can look at talking about, I'm definitely into, doing something like that, getting some ideas from the viewers.
Dude,
I think tonight's gonna be a good night.
Answer some questions from some viewers. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
In the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. If you leave some comments, leave some comments in this video with some questions if you got them, something we could address. We'd love to do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what's up, man? How's your weekend going?
I've had a really, really good weekend. Yeah.
Did you guys go swimming today, or did you guys ixnay that since it stormed this morning?
Were we supposed to go swimming this morning?
I know Schrader was talking about you guys going over to the pool today.
Huh.
At nighttime.
Dude, it's not a good thing to brag about, but I was so drunk. I don't remember any of the conversations, to be honest.
To be fair, we were celebrating.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a random, a random staying at home getting drunk.
Yeah.
It's my boy's birthday.
Yeah. Be 20.
Officially on Monday.
And be 23.
The 31st of August.
Be 23. I'll be 27.
You take that hat off, they know you ain't 23.
I look like this at 23 too. Not. Yes and no. I think 23 might have been when I first shaved my head, but I was just using a beard trimmer, so I wasn't getting it like super low, not bald
still
low.
prickly.
Yeah,
you
still
didn't
prickly.
Take that Mach 5 to it.
And I was still wearing a hat a lot.
Yeah.
So.
But how old are you gonna be, man? For real?
27. Be 27. And
he's the baby. I'm getting ready to turn 28 next month.
Yeah.
28.
I hated being younger than everybody in school, but now it's nice because I'm younger than all you old fuckers.
Dude, there ain't much of a difference. Once I start breaking, just remember, you're right behind me.
I know.
And all I keep hearing is after 30, man, you get 30, and then after that, it's all just fucking
down. You think it's downhill after 30?
That's what everyone says,
nah, dude. I think 30
Your warranty expires and shit just starts breaking.
Listen, I think 30 is like, this is how I envision 30 being.
Dirty 30, dude. You got to have a dirty
like
30.
If you stay active and you stay healthy, I feel like that's your prime. 30s are your prime.
Yes, I agree.
You're fucking wise.
I think that's probably a misconception.
And you can retain your body.
That's what I'm trying to fix. I've always had bad posture.
Oh yeah.
Growing up, I'd always be in high school.
Nobody ever emphasizes it growing up, really, unless you have a parent that does for some reason. But
I bought this little posture corrector off Amazon. Been wearing it for about a week now. I actually got it last week. So last podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought it in after the break.
You did.
And it's helping out a lot. I don't feel like it forces my back straight, which I don't think is a bad thing, but it definitely, at bare minimum, makes me more conscious of where my shoulder position is and my back position is.
Oh yeah.
So even when I have it off, I don't roll my shoulders forward as much and slouch.
You'll start reminding yourself all the time without it on.
So and I keep it on for a couple hours a day. I'll wear it at work. I was at work last Friday, wore it.
Yeah.
running through a setup, and
does it hurt any over time?
the straps can dig in. Yeah.
Okay.
So you definitely want to take it off and make sure you don't have it too tight. It even says in the instructions.
What brand is that? Where'd you get it? Amazon, you said?
Yeah, I bought it off Amazon. It was their best seller.
Dude, they always have good deals.
Busting out the new toy. This is not a toy.
He got a new phone too. It's the sickest phone I've ever touched.
Hey, before we get into the phone thing real quick,
Yeah.
small point of celebration. We just hit 50 views recently.
Oh yeah,
on
the
50
on the
views.
first
50 views on a video.
on the
Heck
first
yeah,
video.
dude.
Yeah, it's like 55, I think, right?
That's huge,
51.
dude.
If it was cool, I put the account on my phone, the YouTube account, so I was like checking on it.
Yeah.
And
Has
I was
has
surprised.
Abby started working on the social media?
I reminded her of it. She hasn't started yet, but she's aware that she's gonna. It's on her mind.
Got it pulled up here.
What are
Honestly,
you
I don't.
pulling up?
You wanted to know the brand. Of the
Oh
posture
yeah,
corrector.
yeah.
Brand is Gearari, Gearari. $24 right now, and they got a coupon for an extra 5% off. And it's Prime eligible, I believe. Yes, but I wear it. I've been wearing it for a week, and just in that short amount of time, some of the back pain I have had has started to subside.
You know what you should do? You should take a note on your fancy new phone to to tag them in this
Yes,
video.
we will tag it.
Tag the brand in our video.
Well, have Hayden pull it up really quick. Pull up the Amazon.
No, I mean like to tag in the video.
Oh, okay.
What are we pulling up?
I guess nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry about
I'm
it.
pulling up the Note, the stylus. Great.
Huh.
Just doing my little doodles
Dude.
here.
That stylus is, oh my goodness. This phone, so what is it? It's the Galaxy S20 Note?
Ultra 5G, yes.
That's the whole name?
Yeah.
Galaxy S20 Note Ultra 5G.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what a
And
fucking
it
long
is
name.
a fucking champ, dude.
Dude, no, the writing on it, you can't put into you can put into words as best you can how if it feels. This is how I describe it. When you're writing with a stylus on that phone, it feels like you're using a perfectly sharpened number 2 pencil on white paper. Just like the way it feels, the feedback, the sound it makes, and
Is it
and
one
also
of these?
it feels like it never dulls. Yeah.
Which one of these is it?
Just look up the Note 20s Ultra 5G. Right, yeah.
How much that motherfucker, dude? I want one so bad.
Dude, it is nice.
What
Well, one of the features I'm most amazed of is their surround sound capability with this phone.
Surround sound?
And I am not talking about, oh, you can Bluetooth it to surround sound and get exceptional quality. In their settings, in your little drop down menu, probably not going to be able to see it too much, but there's a Dolby Atmos option. And when you're listening to audio, it's off by default, if I recall. It basically sounds like you hear it coming out the sides of the phone like you normally would. Any other phone,
Yeah.
if the speaker's up
the
top or
sound kind
bottom.
of surrounds your head, it feels like.
As soon as you click
It's
that
weird,
Dolby
dude.
Atmos, instead of going left to right just in front of you, it throws it to your left and right like you have surround sound. And I'm holding it about this distance from me, and it's just a noticeable difference. And that's from a phone. No extra apps or nothing like that that's not already pre-installed.
Dude, they can do crazy shit with sound. I'm glad
It's-
man, it's crazy.
It's pretty sick.
I heard
dude.
someone talking about they were from the CIA. I heard them talk about, excuse me, this thing that they have that they can point at a window. Like say you're sitting in a restaurant, they can point this device at the window, and based off of the waves from the window, they can hear what you're saying inside the restaurant.
That would be ridiculous.
That's some shit.
So you would basically, if there was blinds up, you could shut the blinds, and that would help disrupt
Can you
it.
see if you can find any information on that, Hayden? That'd be interesting.
Yeah, on the laser sound technology.
Yeah. Hear sound through fucking whatever. Yeah. You'll figure it out.
But
Believe in you.
yeah, I picked this up Friday after work. Part of a buy one get one deal.
I don't blame you. I would have fucking done it too after seeing that.
I am, however, and I mentioned this to them already. The phone I went from was a Motorola G7 Supra through Cricket Wireless, and nothing super crazy, but it had some pretty cool features. I mean, if you would shake it like that, like double shake it, it would turn the light on, so it was real handy.
That was super cool.
You didn't have to run through multiple screens or anything like that, unlock your phone. I know the iPhone has a quick tap feature now on their home screen, like in their lock screen, I think, somewhere around there. But so obviously I lose that feature. That's just a inconvenience. You know, it's one of those cool little, handy little gadgets on your phone that you can have. But the thumbprint scanner on that phone was phenomenal. And it was back right here, right underneath the cameras. They were centered, and it had a little spot right there for you. So you just hold your phone and tap it. It was super fast, super accurate. Rarely had any issues. The only issues I would have is if I was, just wash my hands or something like that, or if I was out mowing and it got sweaty or something like that. You dry it off, it kind of has some issues at that point.
I pulled up some information for you guys if you want to read it. But there is the laser. It's called a laser microphone. It's a surveillance device uses a laser beam to detect sound vibrations in a distant object. It can be pointed at anything, not just glass.
Damn,
it can be pointed on any object in a room where the conversation is taking place.
Bruh.
That can vibrate. So like a picture frame.
Bruh.
I don't know, a glass.
Is there a picture of this thing?
Glass and water.
Is there a picture of it on there? I want to see what it looks like. History. When was it developed?
The technique of using a light beam to remotely record sound probably originated with Leon Theorem in the Soviet Union at or before 1947. This is an old technology.
But it was patented more recently in 2009.
Yep.
Wow. Fucking wild, dude.
Uses a laser beam and
just
smoke.
Probably
or
when
vapor.
they discovered that they could do it, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Dude.
Watch out, people.
Man.
Shit's real.
Well, fuck, they hear it. You got a recording device on you at all times. They can just...
The phone that we're talking about.
Yeah,
it's like...
they just go into your shit.
Activate listening mode.
Here's the device that does sort of like the reading of the vibrations. It's called a laser Doppler vibrometer.
What a name, dude. Sounds like something I'd use in the bedroom.
It makes no contact vibration measurements of a surface.
That's scary.
That's
What's
dope.
the range on something like that? Do we know?
Well, it's a laser, so...
Check.
Like, I'm assuming it can't
Freaking
break
laser
line of
beams?
sight.
It has a lot of uses.
Aerospace.
Vibration tests,
Non-destructive.
dental devices, landmine detection.
Yes, lasers are incredible.
Probably stud.
But they can't make us a
Stud detectors.
fucking lightsaber. That's what we all want.
Yeah.
I was watching a thing. They were talking about... It was just like they were just breaking it down, like what it would all take to have something like that. And it's just like, it's a lot of power.
You know what I've noticed?
If they invent fusion energy, I think it's possible we would have it. They still got it. The problem is containing it. So you'd have to have like I don't know, it'd be weird. They'd figure something out.
You know what I've noticed that we do a lot? We probably do need to work on.
What?
We bounce through conversations back and forth a little bit.
Well, we can go back to the phone. It's fine.
I don't know. It's just, I think it's something to be cautious of.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll get back to the phone.
Anyway, what was I the fingerprint scanner?
Yeah,
See?
you're going.
That's why we got it.
No, that's all good. We got it.
The fingerprint scanner on the G7, super accurate, super convenient.
Yeah.
This phone,
You got the glass.
kind of in the middle, and it's on the glass, and it has some trouble sometimes, but it wants you to leave it on there for a good second or two, and sometimes it even says press harder, and it's just like really unnecessary. I feel like the positioning of it on the glass is I feel like a little too high.
I imagine it's to like save hardware space.
Probably.
Yeah, so they could put more into the phone.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it is
know.
something that is kind of a letdown because I was expecting a phenomenal.
That's the most convenient way to open up your phone.
Plus, especially for certain apps like banking, pay your bills, stuff like that, where you can sign in with it just nice and easy.
Yeah, that's a huge letdown if it really sucks that bad. But whatever. What was your other trifle with it? What was the other thing? You had one more.
Oh, I mean, it was just the. Oh, and I if I recall, it doesn't have expandable memory.
Oh yeah, that was it. That for me, that sucks.
Yes,
that sucks.
But I think that they're really pushing for, like I said, cloud-based storage. That's what they.
It'd be nice if we didn't have to pay for it. I'd probably be okay with it more, but you got to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
Because man, I got a lot of memory, or I got a lot of stuff that takes a lot of memory. You know.
This is true. But the phone is a lot smoother. Kind of makes up for it, I guess.
What juice you vaping on?
Still that StrawNilla or the
strawberry yogurt.
He went back.
Yo, hey, Twang Yo. Dude, I love Key and Peele, man. They're fucking hilarious. Hey yo. Yo.
This is it, right?
Yo.
This is the stuff.
Yeah, I think it was last week we were talking about the juice that you normally vape on. We just couldn't remember what the brand was.
Yeah, we brought it up. Your Straw Yo obsession. I stole this from you because I was tired of vaping the same stuff on here. It's Apple Kiwi Profit Premium Blends is the brand. Good stuff. Stay salty.
Stay salty.
I like their logo. It's like a like one of those 20-sided die that you would use for D&D. Have you ever played D&D?
No,
dude, it's so
I've
much
only been to
fun.
one D&D event over at your crib. And that
oh
was,
yeah, you did come over.
And I guess technically, I was the monster.
You had fun, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was fucking
I'd
fun.
much rather be a fucking adventurer.
Oh yeah. Were you there for? Was that the night where we battled the dragon, Hayden? Was that the night you were there?
What night?
When Brad was over and he was playing as the monster when we were playing D&D.
Shit, that's what we need to do. We should need to have a
think
podcast night if we ever.
We could do a separate.
Again.
We could do a separate series. And
D&D.
That
night.
would be dope.
Yeah.
Do like a D&D live stream.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would. The only thing is just time, man.
Yeah.
Time.
But it's just an ongoing series. I guess it wouldn't even necessarily need to be a live stream. It could just be
just recorded like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be fun.
Do like an hour at a time or something like that.
We could do it once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. We could
do it on. You'd have to do it on Friday night.
Yeah. This table would work good. We could get a black.
Oh yeah. This is the table we used when we were doing it in the cold room. Yeah. Dude, it was a lot of fun.
Dude, we could adjust the lighting and shit in here. Get another smart bulb. Change it. For
It'd be really dope is if we had AR and we could stream the AR.
That would be cool.
Dude, that's my game idea, and I really wish I had the resources to make it. Or maybe I should start reading some books on how to fucking fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
Just programming's. I'm taking this programming class, and it's fucking. It makes sense, It's. I don't know if I could do it a lot. What do you think about programming, Hayden?
It's just problem solving. So
right.
It depends on. I don't know. Learning the tools isn't the tough part. It's learning how to use them.
Yeah. And I was having trouble write this program, and the way he explained it to me, I was like, should I go back and read what these do or whatever, and read the book, and maybe it'll give me a hint. He was like, the book does a good job of explaining what the commands do, but it's up to you to figure out how to use those commands in the way you want them to work for you.
It's problem solving.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And it went a lot easier after that. It's fucking wild, though. And having to remember all that language, oh, man. That would be rough. Just sitting there. Fuck that. But having the ability to make things, computer programs, when you want to on the fly, you're just like, oh, I got this great idea for a program. Let me. That's a worthwhile, worthwhile knowledge.
I can kind of do that. Hey, I got this great idea. Take a note on the off screen. Oh, hey.
What?
That's all I wrote was oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
Taking notes. And then it automatically saves it when you put it back in. Sorry.
That's the best feature about that phone. That's the best.
What, the writing pad?
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
want
sick.
it. I want it. Be able to, because I get so many ideas, or like if I have a good rap going on in my head, if I could just whip that out and be like a notepad and you write on it, because dude, the writing is so fucking.
Orange
It's
rhymes
so
with
nice.
door hinge.
What?
Did you just-
Orange rhymes with door hinge. It's like something you'd write on a rap pad.
Oh.
right?
What rhymes with orange?
Door hinge. Orange hinge. Dude, you can't just say one word.
Door
Fuck.
hinge.
Door hinge. That doesn't even count.
What's the first thing we put on our cork board? Aside from what's already up there.
Oh, you're asking
That's
them?
been up there. Yes. That's what I want to know. What should we pin up on the cork board? Pictures, graphs, charts.
We could put a blueprint of like an F-15 up there. That'd be dope.
A meme.
A meme.
A meme?
I don't know. A
Hey,
really
a
good
meme's
one,
not
though.
a bad one.
A really good one. Just not like any picture with words on it. You know, just something.
Just the
that
meme picture.
makes us bust up. Something that just makes us.
Yeah,
Spill
give us
our
an
guts
idea of
laughing.
something to put up there. And whichever one makes us laugh the most. That is somewhat family friendly, obviously.
Emphasis on somewhat, but yeah.
No
get
nudity,
it. They
obviously.
Get it. They get it. Something you could put on Facebook and it's fine.
Yeah.
Even Granny might get a laugh out of.
That's what we're going to do with that cork board for right now. Just let us know.
Oh, man.
How's that coffee sipping on?
Dude,
You didn't try
good.
this. This is that Noir, that Folger's Noir that we had last week. We decided to go ahead and drink that again since Hayden's back this week.
Didn't get to
and
try
he didn't
it.
get to try it.
Yeah.
So
good
they
shit.
already know our thoughts on it.
But
What are yours, Hayden?
It leaves a great flavor in your mouth.
You didn't taste it black, did you? You just went ahead and went straight with the Italian cream.
I didn't need to taste it black to know that it was some bomb.
Yeah, dude. No, you know, I'm a add on to what I think about this. I don't know, because I don't exactly remember what I said last week, but the taste I put creamer in it again, but I did taste it black, and it's okay, black. It's very strong, but man, you taste the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You taste the coffee. It's not just like so overpowered by your creamer. It's still punching you
Right.
in your taste buds. It's doing a Bruce Lee fucking hit-ah in your buds.
Yep.
It's good, dude.
It is. The more I drink it, the more I like it.
Oh yeah.
So is Michael Scott out of the picture or out of the question for a good memeing?
No, those are some of the best, dude.
Yeah, dude, Michael Scott.
Michael Scott's
hilarious.
the best.
We like him.
It's brilliant.
I was upset when he left the show.
Yep. I stopped watching
Where are all the
when
hot
Will
people?
Ferrell started
Have
coming
you not
in.
finished it?
No.
You know,
Just
you need to finish it. He leaves pretty.
soon after that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know he's
He's only in like 2 or
get
3
ready.
episodes.
yeah. I don't want to go.
He
through
tries
that.
to dunk and fucking dies, bro. The dumbass. He's super tall in person, isn't he? He's fucking a giant. I'm pretty sure.
Man, why would you want to be
Do you
doing
remember that old school Will Ferrell video on YouTube where it's like pay rent and it's his little daughter? He's
Yeah.
like, "Give me my money, bitch! Don't yell at me."
What's your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Favorite Will Ferrell movie? Trying to think of what all he's been in. That wasn't just like
You want me to lead here really quick?
yeah.
Because it might spark you. We saw it together in theater, actually, and which is weird because we didn't see many movies in theater together. But
Was it the other guy?
The Other Guys.
That was a pretty good movie.
It was fucking great, dude. The way he's
That
just
movie is amazing.
fuck, Gator don't play no shit.
Get it, baby, you Jimmy's.
He plays an exaggerated version of himself in the movie version of Between Two Ferns.
There's a movie of that?
Yeah.
What?
It's actually pretty dang hilarious.
What is it on? Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Really?
What?
Yeah, and Will Ferrell plays Will Ferrell, his producer.
Uh-huh.
And he's just like a gangster, dude. He's like
man.
Oh, no, I did used to
effing
watch
everyone up.
a lot of Saturday Night Live with Will Ferrell.
Oh, yeah?
Cowbell.
I think that's what I remember him
Cowbell,
from the
dude.
most.
I didn't think that was that funny. I'm sorry. I mean, it is, but
you
it's
had
just
to see it. You
probably.
just had to see it when it was
Probably.
the right time.
Yeah.
probably. You know
like
what?
it's done gone now. It's not.
What's it called was way funnier than SNL.
Mad TV?
No.
I was gonna say no.
It was the one where they did it was not improv, but I guess it is. Improv's when you like come up with shit off the top of your head, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, whose line is
Whose
it anyway?
line is it anyways, dude?
That shit was pretty
That shit
funny,
was
dude.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, the older episodes, holy shit, dude.
I mean, dude, SNL does have some bangers though. I mean, I'm like,
they have a couple.
I mean, more than a couple.
I mean, I get it. They're coming out with new shit like every week, so it's hard to keep up really good, just consistent good skits. But
Dude, the best Mad TV skit is Knock Knock Jokes with Key and Peele. I'm telling
I've never
you,
seen
look
it.
it up.
I've never seen it.
I
It's
will
probably
look that
hilarious.
up.
They take turns telling Knock Knock jokes, and they get more ridiculous
Yeah.
as time goes on. And just what they do when they laugh at each other's joke each time gets progressively insane.
Do you know what? I guess I could ask you, what's your favorite Key and Peele skit? Mine, one of my favorite. This when I really first started watching him is The Big Misunderstanding, like through text.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah, I know.
fucking, he's texting. He's like, "So, are we still hanging out tonight?"
Sure, dude.
And the guy's at home smoking weed, playing video games. He's like, "Yeah, dude, sure, whatever." He's like, "Sure, whatever." He just misreads it, and they kind of go back and forth. And he's like, I forgot how it led into it, but basically one thinks they're going to fight, and he's like, "Yeah, first round's mine." The guy at the stoner, he's like, "Yeah, first round's mine." He's like, "Oh, there ain't going to be no rounds." He goes there walking in with a fucking bat with nails through it and just ready to go. He's already in there waiting. He's like, "Oh, you remember for my Road Warrior costume, post-apocalyptic or something like that." And he was like, yeah. Just
I like the dubstep skit.
That one's pretty good.
yeah. Doesn't he get like blown out the window or some shit like ears start bleeding, some shit like that?
Yeah.
Put the pussy on the chain wax.
My favorite is the airplane one. You don't know the
Terry's?
airplane one?
Refresh.
Yeah, where he's like,
Any Terrys come up in here?
Oh,
yeah, where he's like, hey,
yeah.
yo, yo.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you talking to me? Man, oh man, oh man. I sure hope there's some Terrys on this here Batman pajama. Cause we gonna crack them. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
That's not how
There's
it
some
actually
funny
goes.
guys,
but
dude.
that's just like-
He's also a fucking awesome movie director. I think he writes those movies too.
Get Out, yeah.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah.
Kinda
Does he
big
write
one.
and
No,
direct?
it's Jordan Peele.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're right, Jordan. Sorry. Yeah.
He writes some of that, I believe, but he's also the producer.
What was that
I
movie?
don't think he directs.
What was that movie about where the black boyfriend goes to the family get together with the white girlfriend?
Get Out.
Get Out. I still haven't seen it.
Neither have I.
Oh my gosh, I heard
Watch
it's
it.
so. I need to watch
The
it.
funny parts are pretty funny.
Fuck. I really want to watch it.
I kind of liked Keanu though.
Keanu was okay.
Yeah.
I don't. I can't remember if I started that or not.
It was okay. That's just my feeling about it. I had a coworker who loved it and was like, "This is the greatest thing." So I rented it one
Everything's
night.
subjective.
Yeah, of course. And it's all right.
It doesn't matter what critics think, man. If you
Or
like
hey,
it,
that
you
one
like
skit, the lightning in a bottle.
it. Oh yeah, dude.
got lightning in a bottle.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, dude, it's actually pretty funny. He's like a goose that lays golden eggs and shit too, and he just has all these trinkets and shit like that.
We need to react to some stuff sometime. If you react to like comedy clips, it's fair use because it's transformative. You're commentating on it.
I mean, there are quite a few YouTube videos out there with people doing that shit.
So, like, what kind of comedy? What do you
like? I don't know, comedy skits. Throw up a comedy skit on there.
Like if you've never seen the lightning in the bottle thing, you know, shit like that. Vines.
Yeah, dude, I love Vines.
I miss Vine.
Or not Vines. Well, yeah, Vines. I watched some TikToks the other day on YouTube.
Look at all.
I won't download TikTok, but
Well, I think Microsoft owns the American, or is in the process of buying.
They are in the process of buying it, but I mean, fuck, dude, they got all my shit anyways. You know, I don't know, dude. I just don't. Fuck, bro. These cell phones are so intrusive.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll know if I all of a sudden get COVID.
Why?
Because I got a 5G phone now.
Oh.
Conspiracy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Dun-dun.
I thought you were talking about them doing that fucking tracking thing.
No.
Has that gone through or anything? I bet that's gotten stopped in the water somehow.
Well, no, I think you still have to like agree and sign up to it. You can turn it off.
Yeah, you can turn it on and off. It's a feature.
Yeah, it's
Where?
like in your main
Connections, I believe.
Yeah.
What?
If you're on Android connection.
It's just on everything. Like there was an update or something, and they just threw that feature in there.
Pretty much.
Does it auto turn on? Is it just auto on?
I don't think it's auto on.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
had
off by
checked it and it was
default.
off.
Cause
I mean, it's still your phone still pulls your location when you have your location off, because you give access to that shit for the other apps, and that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. They're just, you know.
Big brother, dude. It's like I finally saw the new Black Ops trailer. Black Ops, yeah. Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was fucking
it
chilling.
starts off with them talking about how they would demoralize a country and stuff like that and essentially take over, and it's a long process of taking over the people, 15 to 20 years. And he's just talking about, you know, these cataclysmic events and a violent takeover of power and shit. It's like, I mean, I feel like we're seeing that shit as he speaks. 2020 is the 20-year mark. Shit's popping off. Like,
yeah. Well, that's why they're doing it. They're fucking. Somebody said they kind of trolled the state of the world with the last Call of Duty. Well, I guess this one, Modern Warfare, it must have been. I haven't played the campaign on that. I should. Have you?
I started it.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm not very far into it though at all.
I wonder how long it is.
Probably like 6 to 8 hours. Approximately. That's usually what.
I can't believe I haven't played it. I've been like, oh, I wonder what I should play, and then I just get like bored of multiplayer, because multiplayer isn't that fun without friends. I don't think.
I still think we should it's called The Way Out. It's that co-op only game.
Oh yeah.
About breaking out of the prison.
Yeah, I'd play that.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, Rory'd be down to play it. How much is it? It's like 20, 40, 40. It was 40, I'm pretty sure.
We could probably get it cheaper on Kingwin.
Maybe.
And then only one person has to own it to play.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because since they made it co-op mandatory, that they did that. Only one person has to own it.
Can you look that up, Hayden? Can you see? Can you type in Kingwin in Google, and then we'll give you the video game name once you get there. But yeah, let's see how much it is. I'm down. I want to play it. I want to. Yeah.
What game?
A Way Out.
What we got? $15, $10. A Way Out. That's for Xbox. So yeah, you get for $15 on there. Is that the game?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Not too shabby.
Oh wait, you can get it on PC if it's on Xbox.
Yeah, the first key that's for sale, the $15 one, that's the Origin CD key. That's the launcher, the computer launcher, Origin.
So $15.
Yeah. It's a good deal.
Origin's like the EA platform,
should
right?
buy that right now. It's a good deal.
It'd be fun.
You want to buy it?
I've been playing a lot of
Probably will in the next couple of days.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer. That's what I've been playing, multiplayer online lately.
Yeah, I've just been into sim racing.
I feel you, dude.
Super hard.
Yeah. No, I mean, you spend all that money, you fucking might as well use it. It's just dope.
It's so much fun though.
Yeah, if you're into that, dude.
so competitive.
Gaming's about enjoyment, man. And that's been my problem, finding a game I
Dude,
enjoy.
I was in a race at Daytona, and this wasn't the one that I was talking about at the bonfire where it brought a tear to my eye. That was the first one. Dude, that's how
I remember that now.
it just
He was
felt
talking about how he was playing a sim racing for like the first time
in VR.
In VR, and he thought it was so magical. It brought a tear to his
Dude,
eye.
I'm
Did that
not
really
lying.
happen?
It legitimately happened.
Oh my gosh, that's the best
That's
cries.
so
though.
much enjoyment at that moment.
Yeah, happy cries. Oh man, those are the fucking best.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It wasn't a cry. It was literally just
just
like
a tear.
one
I get it.
I was like, this is what I've been waiting for in a racing experience. Like, this
That's
is
insane.
awesome. I mean, we were running too wide the whole way. Fucking just.
How many
around the
cars do they
banks.
throw on there at a time?
I'm in D class, so I'm not like super high up there. So I think we usually get about like 20-ish.
20-ish.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's that many people that play that. I hopped into the Modern Warfare 2 online lobby, dude. I couldn't find a single game.
Really?
Yeah.
No, dude, there's
That's
a lot of
sad.
people that play that at any given time. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the oval race. Like I said, Daytona's a lot of fun. I started off in my last race at fucking position 13, and before I knew it, I was actually up in third place, right behind position 1. The way we were staggered, and I was gaining on him. I had more, either he wasn't all the way in it, I don't know, but I was just passing everybody. And I fucked up, and we're down low, and I got someone on my high side, and I should have been more patient, but I said, fuck it, we're straight. I got down past the yellow lines, run past them, and then I couldn't get over in time, so we hit the curve, and it's a steep, like, just boom.
Yeah.
And I just fucking in the wall, fucked everybody up. I felt so bad.
Fuck, dude.
And it was all my fault. I won't do that again. I'll be patient in the event I get another scenario like that. But
Have you won one yet?
no.
No.
But that one was going so good until I got impatient. I should have waited for the next straightaway, and then I
Yeah.
could have right at the
Hey,
beginning.
you live and learn, man.
It's part of racing.
Yeah, that's why you get a video game instead of going straight for the car. So you don't wreck at 200 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, we were going about 185.
Those Formula cars, dude, those are so impressive.
Yeah.
They're just fucking... You
They're
should
like
do
one-
that next. That
they're-
should be the next one you do is Formula Racing.
Well, I do have.
But I'm
F1
talking about on
2020.
your serious one.
Oh yeah, I gotta. The road course, I'd have to really work at getting the licenses up
Mm-hmm.
to be able to race those.
Right. Like what rank?
I haven't really looked, but I would imagine probably at least C or B class, maybe.
That sucks.
Maybe not
dude.
high, if not higher.
That sucks.
But like I said, I've really been enjoying the oval racing a lot more than I thought I would. It's just, I don't know, something about it. Something about
Right.
having a big cluster of
It's
cars
very
running
technical.
around.
It's very technical. You know, a lot of people say they think NASCAR's stupid because it's just all in a circle. But there's a lot of technicality behind it and a lot of planning and strategy that goes into
Yeah,
it.
dude, setting up a reliable car to run that track.
Yeah.
I mean, shit's not balanced, so you want it to.
So I got a question. Do they have hill climb races?
I know they got some rallycross.
That was gonna be my
I don't
next one. Do they-
specifically know if they have hill climb. I haven't really ventured too much into that realm.
Yeah.
But I do know they have rallycross.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so rally car racing, they have that.
Mhm.
That's dope. That's dope. Can you get an Evo 10? Bro, that's what I'd get.
Honestly, I haven't been paying much attention to those cars.
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't been anything that I've been racing.
We should look that up. Hayden, can you look it up? Can you direct him?
You know what you need to do when I
What is
upgrade
it?
my shit?
Buy your shit?
I'll give it to you for a good price.
Well, right now I'm broke,
on payments,
so
even if we needed to.
we'll
I
we'll
want you to
see.
race with me so
I know,
bad.
dude. I would too.
That'd be so much fun.
What would be
What are we
great?
looking up?
Go ahead and tell him.
iRacing car list, rallycross.
What would be dope is if we could do if it allowed 2 players per car and we did rally, and I could be the call out guy for you and you drive, that would be fun.
You can spot and shit for me and change your camera view to put you basically in the passenger seat.
Okay. So we can do that?
Theoretically, in a roundabout way, yes. Not as a main feature.
It should be a main feature, though,
like,
so you can go up together as teams.
When we become friends on it, you can spot for someone in a race, so making call-outs and shit like that.
I found this website.
So, Rallycross.
How are the graphics on that game?
They're pretty decent. They're not going to be like
sports cars.
Groundbreaking.
Just look for Rallycross, Hayden. Look for the section that says Rallycross. But what were you saying?
It's not groundbreaking graphics by any means, but where it shines is its simulation abilities.
I wonder if you can get
realism.
I wonder if you can get some add-on plugins
I'm not seeing a section
to increase graphic quality. Type it into Google. Just type it into Google and see if there's any information.
Rallycross. Here we go.
Hey, look at that. Got the Ford. What is that? That's not a Focus. That's a Fiesta. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which, dude, Ken Block's Fiesta is fucking badass, bro.
So there's a WRX.
I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it would either be that or the Evo.
And they add cars all the time, tracks all the time.
Now, so where on there can you find where it says what rank you have to be? Is that on this page? Could you find that on this page?
So I can do Rallycross and Rookie.
Scroll down a little bit, Hayden.
But basically, the higher you rank up.
Don't play that. I don't think.
The higher you rank up, the more events come available to you to race.
Yeah.
So bigger, better, faster cars.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what rank you have to be to drive that.
That one honestly might be Rookie.
Really?
I think so.
So you could just jump right into that?
I know the Fiesta is in Rookie. I don't know if the WRX is, but I know the Fiesta is.
Did you just see was there see if you can find an Evo 10 instead of that WRX. It'll be in the same area, though. You know? Probably back up. Yeah, see if you find an Evo 10. Oh, are those the only 3 Rallycross cars?
Maybe for right now.
Yeah.
And Rallycross may be slightly newer.
Huh.
Look at these.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But then you got dirt track racing.
Oh, shit. Hey, that one on the left there, we have those races in...
These right here?
Yeah, right there. We have those races up.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 40, like an hour from here. Dude, it's dope. They have a really nice track we should go to sometime.
Dude. I've raced that in VR, dude. Fucking...
You did? Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that's
it's
exactly
sick.
what it looks like. It's such a nice track. We should go. During the fall, that'd be perfect time.
Yeah.
Be super nice outside.
People ask me all the time if it's worth it, and it's worth it even more than just for iRacing. I mean, we have a lot of fun with it in other games.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Even the rock climbing game is fucking fun as hell.
Yeah.
I could play that for a couple hours easy.
That one does get me in the stomach, though. Like,
yeah, you get queasy from it.
I'm good with other games. I'm good with that wingsuit game.
Uh-huh.
You know,
that one's
the robot game. But something about that rock climbing game, I don't know.
That robot game's fun as fuck.
Robo Recall?
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's a blast.
Curving your bullets and shit like that.
You curve your bullets?
Well, I mean, probably not
I don't
technically.
think you can curve your bullets.
But yeah.
That'd be cool if you could, though.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool feature. But fuck, once you figure out the teleportation in that game, you're invincible because you're just like flying around the map.
Yeah, you just gotta get used to it. But I mean, you can throw your guns back in your holster. I mean, you can grab the robot's head, beat the fuck out of him with it, rip it off, throw it. It's another robot, knock him
shotgun,
down.
you're like...
That's fun, dude. VR is so much fun.
Yeah, dude, it's a blast. I'm glad you decided to get one.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to pay for it. No, I really wanted to try Orbis VR.
You still need to
bad.
get one because then we can do shit in VR together.
I need to get a motherfucking job.
There's that silly little fucking. They got a Russian roulette VR game, dude.
Oh my god, that's too much.
No, that'd be fun. It's like cartoony. It's not. You know.
That VR. You know what would be really fun about VR is playing cards with people, like board games in VR. That would be fun. That's how I'm pretty sure.
No one can flip over the Monopoly board anymore.
Oh yeah, you can. You can grab that shit. And, I bet you can.
No, don't be a
Did
dick.
they have VR Monopoly yet?
Oh yeah, dude. It's just some board games.
They would have to make it to where there's something that could be changed.
They have a D&D for VR. That would be fun if everybody had VR.
Mm-hmm. It'd be able to like change the
goodness.
Fuck,
landscape.
that's good coffee, dude. That would be really good iced. This shit here.
Yeah.
It is good.
Oh man.
Yeah, even as it's cooled down, it doesn't taste bad.
Mm-hmm. It's good
Probably
shit.
the creamer though.
Probably, but it's a good mixture, you know?
So you're talking about F1, dude.
Yeah, bro.
They are crazy. They went from like V8s down to a 1.6 liter.
Six-cylinder?
Is it?
I think it's V6.
It might be.
And I think they're supercharged.
No, they're turbocharged.
They're turboed?
But they're
Man, they're fucking nuts, though, dude.
Dude,
Just
it's
because their
crazy.
fucking RPM range is so high.
Like 17,000, some shit like that. It's just
I think it's
wah, wah,
11,000.
wah, wah, wah.
I think it's 11,000.
I think the rev limiter starts bopping out at like 12, like where it's like wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
So almost 13 on the high end.
Yeah. Those are incredible machines.
It's the downforce, dude.
Yeah.
They got
Dude, could you imagine driving one of those fucking
you can
things?
apparently you can with the amount of downforce you get from an F1 car, if you were in a tunnel, you could drive it upside down.
That's insane.
That's so much downforce.
You know, I've always had this theory that that's where racing's going. Is like going to be some wild shit. Did you ever see? There was this cartoon back in the day.
Speed Racer?
No, not Speed Racer, but it was kind of like that. But it was about Hot Wheel cars. The show was something to do with Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And they had this like badass races. There were a couple of shows like this, and but that was always really.
You
cool
think
to
they'll
watch.
ever put a loop in F1?
They
That's
should.
super dangerous.
They should.
It had to be a really wide one. No passing type deal in it. I don't know, because I mean, it's you lose your downforce in it, and you fall.
You know what?
And
You know what
die.
I'd like to start up. Once batteries get there, quadcopter racing, but you be in the cockpit. So put you in this like bubble in the middle between your rotors, and make this thing super secure. You gotta be strapped in. You know, you got full view. You got a fucking HUD display, and you're flying a fucking quadcopter.
Are you saying like virtual reality yourself into the quadcopter?
Or are you talking about
No,
actually
I'm
being
talking about actually being
harnessed in it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's dangerous.
No,
dude.
it's not. Listen, no,
If you're
it's
racing, yeah.
it's dangerous, but you're in this. You're gonna be in like this 5-point. It's like flying a jet.
Okay,
maybe
but
a little
imagine
more
this. Imagine the VR technology to put to like
There'd
you
be a
put it
lag.
on.
There'd be a lag.
Yeah, but you
know, you could have a
reduce lag. Put it over your head, and you are in the quadcopter, the drone quadcopter.
Yeah, I know.
And that way, it's,
Well, then why
it
would
won't
you
cost
even
as
need
much.
a VR at that point? If you're in the quadcopter, you're looking at it directly. You're there. There's no need for a heads up display.
I'm saying
like
you
an
don't,
over the-
you're not in the quadcopter. You're controlling.
Yeah, you're just talking about
drone with
standard
VR.
FPV drone racing
Yeah.
as it stands now. I don't even know. Why don't we have... Okay, if you understood the capabilities of a quadcopter and what they can do when you let the motherfucker loose, I'm just talking about some new badass aviation stuff here. The manned quadcopter. Okay, just a racing style. Like, yes, it's dangerous, but that's not what we're worried about here. We're worried about how badass it is, and that adds to. It's like race that. What's
We'll
that
talk
race?
safety later.
What's that motorcycle race? And I already have an answer for it.
the Isle of Man.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking nuts. They're doing like 160, like brushing up next to fucking like brick walls and shit.
Dude, they are fucking.
That's insane.
yeah.
Fucking hell. That's riding.
They end up topping their bikes out on that dude,
Yeah.
going like fucking over 200 or over 300 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking nuts, dude. They're
Fucking-
flying through there. Okay, so there's that. All right. That's pretty fucking dangerous.
And there's been multiple people die, and they still have the race.
I'm just.
So I mean, it's brutal.
If you just think of this pod, like an indestructible pod that is like kind of geo-balanced, so it's not as like thrashing you around. It like when you turn your rotors, it compensates.
So like the gimbal
on
the drone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's your pod, and so you're flying in this thing, dude. And I'm sure you've seen the drone racing league, what these little ones are capable of. If you put enough power in those propellers and make a badass sports version for a man, oh man, one day I'm gonna make this.
The size of it's gonna be the thing, though.
The size,
like the size of the quadcopter, is gonna have to be fairly substantial to hold the weight.
Of what? Have you ever seen manned quadcopters? There's a few out there. They're not that big. The pod is about smaller than this. It's about as long as this table, but thinner. Okay, and then they just have their 4 things that come out, and they're just like sitting on it, kind of like a motorcycle. I just want like super high powered brushless motors in there with like some new badass battery technology. Once these new batteries that are coming out get big and like
solid state.
Yeah. Once we get that, what you looking up there? Is that just drone racing?
What?
Oh, that's a video game, I'm pretty sure.
Manned quadcopter. That right one looks like, I don't know. Looks like it might have been.
Yeah. But
those?
I mean, yeah, look at that. That's a 6 cop. That's 6 rotors. Look at that. What I have in mind, dude, it's gonna be better than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't play it up there too much.
Just like little snips.
Well, we're reacting to it.
Yeah.
It's, I think that's fine.
That is.
If not, we'll get our first strike, and then we'll be like, okay, sorry, we won't do that again.
If that's already available, dude, that is nuts. So is he in that?
I think it's just a dummy. I think they're remote controlling it from afar.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, it says first manned.
It's a hexcopter.
Yeah, it says it's the first man. Dude, he's in that.
They're controlling from the
Okay. So they're just seeing if it'll support the weight. But if they're already at that point, dude, that's probably not that far away.
Yeah, well, what I want to make is probably just... I can't imagine Man, I just need government funding now. And the know-how, the education. But you get a team at that point, and you got everybody in there working on it.
Look at that fucking quad, dude. Oh, he's doing it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, we could make... I know how to make one of these. We could make one, like a life-size one, and we could do it. But, dude, it is dangerous because we would make it the cheap way.
Look at that. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's some next level stuff.
Yeah. Dude. It'd be fucking scary.
Get to engineering, brother.
Oh, I am.
This one's kind of sick.
Yeah, I would want it to be more protected. I'm talking about a fully enclosed bubble. And
that's like looks like some backyard.
That's hilarious.
Hey, go get all the fans from the garage type shit.
Oh my gosh! Imagine the soldering that was required for that. The programming, because you have to program these things. You have to run it through a program and calibrate it properly.
It's like astronaut farmer level shit almost.
I can't imagine the list, because like when it shows each individual propeller that you can like tweak with its output and shit.
There's
look at that. Yeah, look at that. Easy peasy, dude.
Is that an octocopter?
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm saying. He probably needs those extra propellers to add the weight.
Oh no.
Well, that looks like 4.
Well, 4 prongs or 4 arms, maybe 6 arms.
Oh, do they like
really
spread
tell.
out? It looks
There's
like
a lot of versions. It looks like
that's 8.
That's 8.
That's cool.
That is dope. But see, all right, now imagine that pod on a gyroscope. So you're just like, so you could do some like nasty shit with your props. I'm talking
on
like
a thing
like,
that corrects your balance.
Beaming. Well, no, like so you always stay a gimbal, so that you always stay level with the horizon. Okay, but your propellers can do whatever the fuck they want. So you're just like beam in one direction at like, I don't know, let's say 200 miles an hour. You're just fucking flying through the sky, and then all of a sudden you want to stop on a dime. And then like your thing, your pod, you're not gonna be like, oh shit. You're still just you need some bungees in there too to kind of compensate for the directional change. Because I imagine you'd get to some G's that we can't handle.
He's up there.
Oh man,
he is up there, dude.
That's wild, dude. That's so dope.
You got a lot of fucking faith in that thing, dude.
I mean, these are professionals.
Yes,
they're fucking professionals. Like if we it'd be so stupid if we just went up and won.
And it's
without,
not like they
practice.
got that off Amazon or anything. You know, that's like custom built. Fucking.
Yeah.
They got some brainiacs behind that shit.
I mean, we could make a backyard bathtub quadcopter for ourselves.
No, you know what? We really need to buckle down and do this.
What?
You've mentioned it before, I think.
What?
And now that I'm super into sim racing.
What?
Let's find...
You want to make a go-kart?
A kart racing
Pod racer,
dude.
Pod racer.
And make a fucking go-kart.
You could
get a 600cc motorcycle engine.
From a salvage yard, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, you could get Pod Racer running from the cockpit view on that.
On what?
On the VR.
How? What do you mean?
You could get cockpit view on Pod Racer running in the VR.
Oh, with the emulator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
would it work? Like,
would I be able to use the steering wheel to at least turn it?
Yeah.
That way, like, since we wouldn't have flight sticks to do that, but I don't want to use a controller in VR. It kind of kills the immersion. If I can at least have a steering wheel, I can pretend that that's how it was designed.
They need to fucking remaster that. Disney, get your act together and remaster Pod Racer for us, please.
Well,
please.
Do they own the rights to that? Because I mean, it was under LucasArts.
It was LucasArts. I'm pretty sure he sold everything to them.
Maybe.
EA has so it's through they have the rights to the Star Wars games. EA does. So EA.
Video game people.
Remaster it for us. Pod Racer, please, dude.
That'd be dope, dude.
A modern version of that fucking game with beautiful graphics.
And
VR, and you can get the fucking
native
VR,
sticks,
dude.
not
Oh my gosh. That shit would be dope.
Yeah.
Be so fucking killer. You could put a cool story in there if you want. People would love that. Oh my gosh.
So you want to join my race team?
Race team. Oh, yeah, dude. I told those little carts that I showed you that one time that they were doing the hill climb with. They had 600cc engines. They were like kind of like buggies, but
well, I was thinking of starting
sound like Formula cars,
league, like just little small carts starting there,
like a go-kart.
Yeah.
I mean, you know those aren't so little, dude. They move. They move at like 80 mile an hour, 70, 80.
Yeah, dude, they're nutty.
Yeah.
They got their shifters and everything.
Yeah.
For those racing carts.
I'd be down, you know. I don't got a job. I don't have a good income right now.
That'd be fun though, dude.
Yeah, I know it would. I want to do it. We'll do it.
And then if we get a pit crew going, then we get a second car, and then we're both running, and we got our fucking interconnected comms, and we shake and bake people.
Shake and bake.
Team driving.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Oh, that's another fucking good Will Ferrell movie.
Yep.
Damn. I think I like that one more than the other guys. Shit. That's a good one.
I like the other guys more
Talladega
than
Nights.
Ricky Bobby, I think, because the humor isn't as raunchy.
In Talladega Nights?
No, and the other guys. I think I still like the other guys more because it's super funny.
Yeah.
But it's not as raunchy.
Yeah.
It's more tasteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
True. It's really fucking good.
But it still has some of the silly shit in there, like with Gator and the Des Pop and stuff like that. You know, it's
Gator bitch is always better we were Jimmy's. Fuck, dude, that's just hilarious.
Fucking shits on his wife, dude, telling her she looks like shit. But like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, that was the funniest part. I was like, how this guy just doesn't have a clue, man.
Dude,
I mean, I guess he does.
Mark Wahlberg is just like, what? No, I will take you.
Does he like defend her to him? He's like, don't you ever talk like that to her.
He tries to fucking like yeah.
Oh shit.
He is not shy about his intentions.
It was hilarious.
It's funny shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. 10 out of 10.
So yeah, I would
comedy.
take the other guys over Talladega Nights.
All right, you
Talladega
might be
Nights
right.
is funny though.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
I'll take
But it's
Pineapple
too-
Express over
Too
either.
overquoted though. People overquoted it super fast.
Which
It just-
one?
Talladega Nights.
Oh, yeah.
And it just got so fucking old.
Yeah.
So
Did it?
also,
Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah, people were fucking blowing that. It was
dude,
popular,
with the
dude. It was a good
because everyone
movie.
started saying I jumped on him like a spider monkey. It's like, dude, come on. How many times?
What's the other one?
Redneck's most quotable movie, pretty much.
Like, when are you gonna stop using that?
The baby. I like to envision Jesus as baby Jesus. Oh fuck!
See, we're doing it right now.
It was so easy to quote, dude. It was fucking hilarious. I'm all
If you
jacked
don't
up
chew
on
Big
Mountain
Red.
Dew. I
Yeah.
come at you like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It was good shit. What's the one?
See, you can't even
Step
resist.
Brothers. Step Brothers is a really good one. Fuck, damn, man.
Planet
Fuck,
bullshit.
damn. That was good shit. It's starting to get a little crispy up here. I was
Chili or hot?
chilly or hot. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, you are wearing a.
Crispy.
I know.
Crispy sounds like
It's not
both
that thick of
chili
a
and
flavor.
hot at the same time.
Crispy. Yeah, it could be either or, right?
Crisp.
Like crisp air.
Yeah, crisp air. It's like when it's cool and kind of damp and has that fall feel in the air. That's crisp. But when
You're crisp. Oh.
oh, you crispy. He say you crispy.
What is wrong with
How
you?
long we been running? Is about break time.
It's an
I'm gonna
hour.
stretch my back
Break
out.
time.
I think
Okay.
an hour is a
Yeah,
good.
we take a break.
All right,
Let's
we'll
stretch
be
my
right
back
back. We will be right
Sure, everyone
back
could use a pee
in just
break.
moment.
All right, we'll be back in.
All right.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Like I said, we'll be right back. Man of my word, Goodman,
It's like we
2034.
teleported. You know what I mean? We're so quick.
Boop boop. Modular.
My favorite.
He wants to be modular so bad.
So
One
you
day.
gonna freestyle or we
One
gonna
day.
read this?
Now we're gonna get back into that cave story, man. Do a little recap of where we left off. Kind of episode 4 is where we left off, if I recall.
Yep.
So we left off with this blue text here. They had gotten through the passage at this point, I believe, and they are looking forward to going back to the cave. So theoretically, I'm starting on the blue text. Theoretically, a person should be able to get out of a passage he just crawled through by simply reversing what he had just did. If he contorts his body a certain way to get in, he should be able to get into the same position to get out. In practice, this may not prove to be possible or practical. Such was the case with the tomb. I'm going to move this. I determined in advance that I would attempt to go head first back through the squeeze. I knew that I could definitely make it by going feet first, but that would mean backing up all the way through the tomb. That would take a long time and be very exhausting. My only concern in going head first was when I got to the end of the squeeze. I would have to get through the hole we had just made without the benefit of being able to twist my body. Oh well, I chose to go head first and deal with the exit when I got to it. I started into the squeeze very close to the tight spot, so at least I would have to have it be over with soon. It turned out to be tricky getting through. I had to shift my hips to the right a little to get through, but I just kept plugging away at it. My hands were once again by my side. My head was turned to the right, and I was scooting with my toes. And once again, I was using my head as a gauge to tell when I was at the tight spot. Then when I was past it. I seemed to get tired a little quicker on the way out. Must have been from all the work we had done to get through. I was a little over halfway through when something bizarre happened. I was laying there taking a brief break when I heard a sound deep within the cave. It was the faint but distinct sound of rock sliding on rock. My blood froze in its veins. I couldn't move. I just lay there, straining to hear the sound again. Nothing. I quickly began to scoot toward the exit. I didn't mention the sound to B, but I did recall one of our early trips when B said he heard the same thing. The task of getting out of our hole turned out to be as painful as I thought it would be. I had to put my arms overhead and force my shoulders through the hole. I definitely left some skin behind as I slipped through. B helped me as I wiggled my upper body out of the passage. Then I could catch myself with ease, and ease my lower body out of the tomb. I was out. B and I shook hands and began to load up our gear. I was trying to listen to any sounds coming from the hole, but we were making too much noise gathering our stuff. As much as I looked forward to getting into the passage, it was a relief to get back out. That is pretty much how I feel about caves in general. I love to go in, but I feel good when I get back out again.
Oh, yeah.
Something strange happened with the pictures I took in the new part of the cave. The pictures I took in the passage leading up to the large room all turned out just fine. Strangely, none of the pictures taken in the room turned out. Pictures of the round rock, and more importantly, pictures of the hieroglyphics I saw. Hieroglyphics in quotes. Pictures taken before and after the room turned out great, but the negatives of the photos taken in the room were clear. Nothing. I remember what the hieroglyphics looked like, so I drew a picture to give you an idea of what I saw. It says it's a crude drawing of what I saw, but it's accurate. The first thing I thought when I saw it was Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I can see that. This is the last picture before I entered the large room.
Crazy.
Here's the same picture with the round rock outlined. You can clearly tell from these pictures what you're looking at.
Oh, this thing says you can't really.
Oh, okay. You can't really tell. He's saying that's a round rock.
Okay.
It's about that big.
Look on the right. Look on the right of the cave. It looks like a duck face. Looks
Right.
like two eyes and a
Right
duck
there.
bill. Yeah.
Side
Oh,
duck, dude.
that looks like a little side
Yeah.
duck bill right there. Some side duck.
See,
I
it's just a
called
bunch. It's duck demons. He's fucking with
April
duck demons.
14th, 2001. Only a couple days elapsed before B found someone who wanted to explore the passage with us. B told me he talked to a few other people who couldn't make it because of scheduling conflicts. He said they really grilled him for information about the cave and about the passage. He would not tell them which cave it was to ensure that we explored it to our satisfaction before we made it known to the public. Even the guy who ended up going with us did not know which cave until we were very close to it, and he was sworn to secrecy that he would not reveal the location of the cave to anyone on the planet. I won't identify him by name, so I will just refer to him as Joe. Joe, B, and I set out early in the morning to make sure we could spend all the time we wanted in the new passage. When we got to the cave, we were able to rig up and descend rather quickly. It helps when you don't have to haul half a hardware store down into the cave. Joe was impressed by our work. Even B and I took a minute to pat ourselves on the back for all of the hard work we put in, and for the fact that we made it through. Joe is a rather thin caver who has had a lot of experience in caves. He says this might be the tightest squeeze he had been in, but it didn't bother him. I knew that physically he would be able to make it, since I was bigger than him and I made it. He was just as excited as us to get through and get caving, maybe more. He quickly got ready and was waiting to hear what the plan of attack was going to be. I figured I would send him through first, since he was ready, and I would follow. B would pass our gear through and wait for us outside the passage. B would give us 2 hours to return. That was nice of B to go down into the cave and babysit us. It gets boring sitting there in a cave. With our plan set, we were ready to roll.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's staying behind.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I hate staying behind shit like that, dude. It's like, I don't want to go by myself.
Right.
Right, that's the guy that gets eaten in horror movies.
You know? He's like, I'm not going in there. And he's dead.
It was perhaps irresponsible of us not to tell Joe about all the unexplained events that occurred in the cave until after he had gone through.
Maybe, but yeah.
But what exactly do you tell someone?
Heard some
Exactly.
shit, dude.
How many of the weird things did we need to reveal to him? We did not feel that we were in any danger, or we would not go into the cave ourselves, so we did not tell him a thing prior to him entering Floyd's tomb. Of course, when we did tell him afterwards, it was too late.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't believe how easy Joe slipped through the passage. He said it was tight, but it sure didn't look like it. Once he got in, we passed him his gear. Ugh, that was weird. Then I started in. Even though I knew that I could fit through, it was still a slow trip through the tomb. You can only go so fast when you're scooting with your toes. When I reached a tight spot of the squeeze, I had Joe snap a picture of me. I thought it would make a good photo. Once I got through B, started to relay my stuff to me. Then disaster struck. I had gone all the way in and turned around to pull my gear through. I had to kneel down and still crouch down low. I had just got my helmet, ironically, and light was turning around. I had just got my helmet and light and was turning around to feed the rope back to B when I smacked my head on the top of the passage. Human skull versus solid rock. Rock 1. I told B what had happened, so he sent my first aid kit through. I was bleeding, but even worse, I didn't feel too good. I packed myself up. Then I told Joe I didn't think I'd better continue. He looked like a little kid who was told that Christmas would be canceled. Although I didn't like the idea of him exploring the cave without me, for selfish reasons, of course, I wanted him to at least see part of the cave for making the trip out there. I told him how far to go and how long it would take. Then I sent him on his way. As I lay there, I could hear him crawling into the darkness. His light disappeared after the first turn. I rested a minute or two, then began my journey back through the squeeze. It was disappointing to get all the way to the cave and then not be able to explore it to its end. Actually, it's killing me. After I got through Floyd's tomb, which was painful, I sat down and munched on a Cliff Bar while B and I chatted.
Shout out to Cliff.
Right. I told him I would pay for a motel room if he would stay overnight. Then we could see how I was doing the next day and make another attempt at the cave. I felt goofy for having smacked my head on the cave wall. B said he was willing to give it another try tomorrow. He was just as anxious to put some closure to this cave. As long as Joe would stay overnight, we determined to wrap things up the next day. Once this was settled, we just sat back and enjoyed the darkness. We could hear no sounds coming from the passage. The silence reminded me of the scraping noise that I heard last time we were out there. I brought up the subject with B. Since I had not explored the cave completely, I could not offer any explanation of what could be making the scraping noise, or the change in the wind strength, or the rumbling, or that terrible screaming that we heard. Suddenly, we both wished we had not sent Joe into the cave alone.
Oh, shit.
B went to the hole and yelled into it. Joe! No answer. Not surprising. You just can't hear each other when you're very far apart in a cave. We nervously awaited any sounds. Good sounds, that is. Joe-type sounds. The 20-minute time limit we had set passed. Then 25 minutes. I really had no desire to climb back through the squeeze. My head was still throbbing, and the squeeze looked tighter than ever. Still, I knew I was going to have to make sure Joe was safe. Just as I was getting prepared to go back through, I saw a light deep in the passage. Joe? I called out. Nothing. Joe! Still no answer. The light got brighter, and I could hear the noise of someone crawling back across the broken rock that lined the cave. You okay, Joe? No, was his weak reply. When he got to the other side of the tomb, he said he was not feeling well. He quickly took his gear off and put them in the bag so we could pull it through. As I pulled the bag through the passage, he began to climb back through the tomb. We didn't even get a chance to question him about what he saw before he was coming back through. He quickly slipped through the squeeze and the hole, and we finally got a look at him. He looked terrible. His face was pale, and he was out of breath. The dust that covers the floor of the squeeze left its mark on his face and clothes. He had numerous small cuts and scratches on his face and arms, probably from his rapid exit from the passage. His eyes were open wide. We only had a brief moment to look at the change that had occurred to Joe before he started to head up and out of the cave without saying a word. While Joe and B started for the surface, I took a minute to gather our gear. Then I stopped to listen into the passage. I heard nothing, and I felt nothing. The wind had stopped. Part of me wanted to get out of the cave as fast as possible, but another part of me wanted to immediately climb back through the passage to find out what made this cave tick. Then was not the time, though. I still felt a little dizzy from my injury. At that moment, I noticed B and Joe had made a good time getting up the cave passage, and I was left alone. Chills ran through my body as I scurried to catch up with them. Once we got outside the cave, I figured we would be able to find out more from Joe. But when he got up the final climb, he just unclipped from the rope and went straight to the truck. In the light of day, he looked even worse than in the cave. B and I gathered up the rope and our gear and headed for the truck. Joe said he did not want to stay overnight because he felt terrible, and we believed him. So we headed home. We could get no more information from Joe. He just stared straight ahead. He was shaking like a leaf, and he said he was not cold. When we tried to question him, his answers were short. I asked him if he saw the hieroglyphics. No. Did he hear us yelling? No. Did he see the round rock? No. Did he see the crystals? No. He said he just went a little ways in and started to feel sick. Something was fishy about his answers. He would have had to have seen the crystals if he got far enough into the cave that he couldn't hear us yelling. But why would he not elaborate? The rest of the trip passed in eerie silence. Joe didn't say much else. We gave him a brief outline of the strange events that happened in the cave. He didn't reply. As we were dropping him off, we asked if he wanted to go back in the cave. He shook his head and ran into his house. I tried to call him later in the day and the next day, but only got his voicemail. So, wall of blue text. In this journal entry, I discussed briefly the feelings B and I had at this point. I would like to elaborate on those feelings and set the mood for this part of my journal. I hope I can successfully convey our exact thoughts and feelings as we contemplated our next move. If not, I'm afraid we will appear to the average reader as being ignorant, naive, or downright foolish. This cave represented to us the culmination of weeks of hard work, complete with an array of emotions, from fatigue to fear, anticipation to pain, from frustration to glory. To us, we were not standing on the brink of possible destruction, but rather honoring an unspoken commitment. Much like a parent of a wayward child, we were not about to abandon our child out of fear of the unknown. Like it or not, this cave had become a part of us, and now we must see this adventure to its fruition. Additionally, verbose explanations aside, we were being eaten alive with curiosity. Despite the overwhelming number of unexplained occurrences we experienced, we had to go back into this cave. What was making the rumbling noise? What caused the change in wind strength? Etc., all the way down to Joe. What could have possibly happened to him? What did he see or experience? We had many lengthy discussions about what our next move would be. We kept coming to the same conclusion. We had to return to the cave. We could offer no possible scenarios that would solve the many riddles held deep within the cave. The only way we could hope to complete the puzzle would be to conquer the cave. We were going back to Mystery Cave. 2 weeks after our trip with Joe, and we were on our way back to the cave. To prepare for this trip, we contacted the local cave rescue group and got permission to borrow their low-voltage two-way phone. The phone consists of 2 transceivers and a long spool of thin wire. I would then be able to unwind the wire as I went into the passage and stay in contact with B the entire time. We also thought it would be a good idea to take a video camera into the new passage. I purchased a case that would protect my video camera from dust, as well as sharp rocks. I was more than willing to pay the cost of the case just to make sure B got to see the entire passage. My head was doing fine. I still had a light red line to...
Hopefully.
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
My head was doing fine. I still had a light red line to mark the spot where I tried to break the rock with my head. I never went to a doctor, but it was a very painful experience. I've thought about what would have happened if I had never been able to go into the passage with Joe. Or if I had been able to go into the passage with Joe. He was a changed man after he came out. I've been calling his house nearly every day trying to talk to him, but he won't answer his phone. B called his work, and a mutual friend told him that Joe called in sick 2 weeks ago and hasn't been in since.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, that
He got
fucked him
fucked up.
He said Joe warned his boss he might be out for a while. I even stopped by his house twice. The first time it looked like someone was home, but no one answered the door. The second time, his car was gone and there were no lights on. I hoped to talk to him before this trip, but it didn't work out. As we were rigging up the rope to descend into the cave, I felt something for the first time. I did not want to go into the cave. It was not a feeling of foreboding. It was not receiving some premonition. I just had no desire to enter the underground world of Mystery Cave. I didn't share this feeling with B at that time. Even though I had no desire to go into the cave, I knew we had to. So I double-checked my gear and slipped over the edge of the cliff. Right from the beginning, it seemed like the cave did not want us to be there. Nothing went smoothly. Every time we tried to clip carabiner, or well, however you say that, or tie a knot, or attach something to the rope, we had to do it 2 or 3 times to get it right. Fortunately, we recognized this and made sure everything was safe and secure. As we slowly made our way down, we were continually bumping into the side of the cave, or stumbling as we walked, or dropping things. We finally reached a point where we stopped to gather ourselves before continuing. Our load was relatively light, but we were taking forever to get to the hole. Finally, we made it. We checked the camera and phone to make sure they survived the trip. We tested everything and gathered the gear I wanted to take into the passage.
So he's going alone again?
Yeah.
Man.
Then it was time.
After seeing that dude come out like that, fuck that. I ain't going alone.
We looked at each other.
He's got the power
But
of
said
God
nothing.
and anime on his side.
Then I turned to face the passage. As I twisted my body to begin entering the tomb, I desperately hoped it would be the last time I would contort my body to enter this claustrophobe's nightmare. Let me get a drink.
I don't blame you. I couldn't do it. Fuck no.
That's some sketch.
Especially if the hieroglyphs he saw reminded him of Blair Witch. Fuck that. I want to watch that movie with some surround sound.
The trip through Floyd's tomb went smoothly, figuratively speaking. After I got through, we took several minutes to get everything passed through to me. I got suited up and tested all the equipment. The phone worked like a charm. I videotaped the squeeze. And then the first section of the new passage. Since I would be unable to tape while I crawled, my plan was to crawl to the next section, then stop and film some more. I could video what I'd just been through, and then video what I was going to crawl through next. That way, I could get each section from both ends. I was starting to feel pretty good about the trip. I felt a sense of personal satisfaction at being able to provide a way for B to see the fruits of his labor. It was awkward lugging the camera and unrolling the phone wire while trying to crawl. I knew it would be worth it, though. The small formations were too small to show up on the video. With normal outside lighting, it would be no problem, but with my headlight as the only source of light, the effort was futile. The crystal formations turned out quite nice. They were easily large enough and made for some pretty good footage. I took advantage of the film stop to check the phone. It was comforting to hear someone's voice deep within the passage. We chatted briefly, then I unplugged the phone and prepared to continue. The phone resembled an oversized regular phone, more like the ones you would see in war movies. When I wanted to talk to B, I would just plug the phone into a special jack on the spool of wire. The power source was on B's end of the phone, so it was always turned on. The reception was clear as a normal phone. I continued forward. Even though progress was slow, it was steady. Things were going pretty good until I reached the round rock. Once again, I got a strange feeling, just like the last time. I looked around carefully but saw nothing to be alarmed about. I proceeded to film the entire room. I got good shots of the round rock from all angles. I got the walls, ceiling, and floor to the best of my ability. I even got some pretty good tape of the figure on the wall. It was difficult to make out exactly what it was on the video, but you could definitely tell something was there. After I taped everything to my satisfaction, I moved toward the end of the room to prepare to explore new territory. At the far end of the large room was a passage that led into darkness. The entrance was about a foot lower than my head, and it looked like it continued at that height for as far back as I could see. I ducked under the ceiling and prepared to see new sights. The walls of the new passage were darker than the rest of the cave to this point. The floor was made up of the same type of broken rocks. The ceiling had the same type of near-perfect arch as in the old section of Mystery Cave. It almost seemed out of place in the jagged atmosphere of a cave. I could only see black about 30 feet or so where the passage appeared to make a right-hand turn. I thought this would be a good place to check in with B. It took a couple of beeps before he answered the phone, but once he did, his voice was still crystal clear. It sounded like he might have been snoozing. Had I been gone that long? He said he was doing fine and that I could take as much time as I needed. I thanked him and hung up. His patience has been wonderful during this whole project. He has spent a lot of time just waiting for me while I explore the passage. I was glad he was still willing to sit and wait. I hung up the phone and started to film the new passage. Then it happened. From behind me, I heard the scraping noise. It was loud. It was close. It was coming from the large room I had just left. I wheeled around to face whatever had made that noise. When I did, I lost my presence of mind and stood up at the same time. Crunch. My helmet smashed into the passage ceiling. My light broke and I was buried in the heavy darkness. Ooh. Pain shot through my neck and down into my back. The helmet had protected my head, but my neck was nearly numb from the impact. Fear enveloped me, and my knees began to weaken. I slowly and involuntarily slumped to my knees. I gently set the camera down as I began to see stars from the pain in my upper back. The scraping noise lasted only a second, and now the only sound I could hear was my own panic-inspired breathing. Not only could I feel the fear thick upon my chest, but the darkness seemed to hold me in place. I felt like I was vulnerable from every direction. I wanted to turn and look behind me, and to the side of me, and in front of me. Everywhere I looked, I saw black. Finally, I broke up the stupor of terror long enough to reach out for an alternate light source, the mini-mag on my helmet. I twisted the light to turn it on, and when I did, I nearly cried. I'd forgot to put fresh batteries in, and now I could barely see more than a few feet. Still, it was better than nothing. I immediately began shining the light with all my might into the large room. I strained to get a glimpse of any movement in the room. Nothing. I was shaking violently as I sat there trying to figure out what to do. My mind was not thinking clearly. I honestly thought I was going to die right there in the cave. For a fleeting moment, I wondered how B would ever figure out what happened to me. Then it hit me like a boulder. The phone! My mind must have been clearing up at that point, because I also thought about my glow sticks. Without taking my eyes off the large room, I felt around in my pack for the glow sticks. He notes, since I was carrying the phone and video camera, I removed as much as possible from my pack, and one of the things I left with B was my backup headlamp. Thus, I was left with only the glow sticks.
Fuck that, dude. That needs to be priority, a second headlamp. 100%.
He continues.
Fuck, why would you take glow sticks over another headlamp?
In case there's a party, dude.
Huh?
In case there's a party.
Oh, true.
Yeah, rave. Rave with the cave demons, yo. I found one and ripped it out of the package. I could tell something was wrong by how it sounded. It had been inadvertently broken and was now useless. I chucked it on the ground and searched my pack for another one. I took my eyes off the large room, only to check the passage behind me occasionally. I found another glow stick, broke it to light it up. The soft green glow created eerie colors on the walls of the cave. The stick provided barely enough light to see the immediate area, and provided no hint of what lay ahead. I felt the pack for one more light, again without taking my eyes off the room. I felt a third glow stick and ripped it out of the package. After breaking it to make sure it worked, I hesitated. Then threw the glow stick into the large room. The throw was a perfect one, and the stick sailed through the length of the room. In the brief moment that the light traveled through the room, I saw nothing but cave walls. The absence of anything unusual did nothing to ease my state of panic. At the far end of the room, I got a brief glimpse of the round rock as the light bounced on it. Then the light went behind the rock and seemed to disappear. I was still shaking, but at least I didn't see anything. Still, there was the noise. I used the glow stick to light the phone reel, and with fumbling fingers, I managed to plug my phone into the jack. I put the phone to my ear and heard nothing. The usual beeps to indicate connection with the other phone were not there. Terrified, I pulled the phone from the jack and reinserted it. Again, silence. The line was dead. What could have happened? I just talked to B. I found myself nearly sobbing with fear. I knew the only way out of here was back the way I came, but something was there. The third attempt at making contact with B met with the same results. I tried to think of another plan, but I could only focus on the memories of the grinding sound that I had heard. In my weakened state, I slumped against the side of the passage, breathing like I had just finished a race, never breaking eye contact with the shadows of the large room. As my shoulder touched the wall, I had a powerful jolt of pain remind me of how my collision with the roof of the cave. Despair, agony, terror. I can't say exactly how long I sat there, but my feet were tingling and my knees were sore. The pain in my back crept lower, although my neck felt no different. I resolved to make an attempt to exit this evil passage. I knew if I waited too long, I would lose what little light I had. I attempted to stand, but did not have the strength. I crawled slowly to the near end of the large room, dragging my pack beside me. Using the walls of the cave, I was able to slowly stand, though not straight due to my sore back. Still breathing rapidly, I slowly advanced through the room. I wound up the phone wire as I went. My eyes were staring straight ahead, straining for any signs of movement. With every step, My light would cast ever-changing shadows on the wall, keeping me busy trying to look at every one. My eyes burned as I realized I had not blinked for many minutes. How many? How long had this been going on? The only sounds I could hear were the crunch of my feet on the broken rock and the wheezing of my breath. As I wound the cord, I could hear the squeak of the wheel, with each turn bringing me closer to the tomb, closer to B, closer to safety. The short trip through the dark room took an eternity. As I passed the crude drawing, it seemed to glow, as if offering some sort of warning. I didn't know what the drawing represented, but everything about this cave seemed to instill fear. Toward the far end of the room, I could see the round rock dimly at the far reaches of my light. Something seemed different about it, but I couldn't tell what. When I got within a few feet, I could finally tell what had changed. It had moved. That was the sound I heard. Again, terror gripped my entire body as I realized how close I was to something. I had no choice but to continue. Still, it was not easy. I inched toward the rock, holding the glow stick ahead of me in my shaking hand, using it to pierce the darkness. I stopped just this side of the rock and wound up the slack in the foam wire. Then I realized why I had lost contact with B. The rock was now sitting on the wire. I gave it a tug, and the thin wire snapped. My only hope of contact with the outside world ceased to exist when that wire broke. I had never felt so alone and helpless, buried deep within the earth. I had voluntarily descended into my own grave with a casket of solid rock. With the phone now useless, I set it down in the passage. My gaze fixed on the round rock, I proceeded forward. My breathing was rapid, with my throat dry and aching and my mouth dusty. With every crunch of the rock below my feet, my heart seemed to stop. No movement could be seen in the green glow of my stick. I got to the rock and peered over the top. Seeing nothing, I took several rapid steps past it. When I reached the other side, I recoiled in horror at what I saw. In the side of the passage near the floor was a hole, with another passage revealed. It had been covered by the rock, but now it was exposed. The rock could not have moved by itself. I backed away from the hole and collided with the opposite wall. I had not been paying attention to the pain in my back, but now it came back to me in all its fury. I stared down the newly discovered passage. It went down at a 45-degree angle and continued straight for as far as I could see. Several feet down, I could see the glow stick that I had thrown. It illuminated the passage enough that I could tell the walls were fairly smooth. The floor seemed to be the same way, unlike the rest of the cave. The passage was about 3 feet in diameter, as far as I could see. It would have been an easy passage to explore, if I had the least desire to do so. Right now, I wanted out of the cave and into daylight. I slowly backed away from the hole toward B. I never took my eyes off the abyss. I nearly tripped over the phone wire as I turned to leave this devil's lair. I noticed my mini-mag was practically dead, leaving me only with the glow stick. I wanted to sprint to Floyd's tomb. Just hearing another human being would help alleviate some of the fear I was experiencing. As I turned away from the rock and the hole, I felt an overwhelming sense of panic fill my soul. I don't think that was meant to rhyme. It felt like a legion of demons was about to attack me from behind. I felt like my salvation lay ahead of me in the darkness, and Lucifer was behind me, trying to keep me from safety. I guess he's just describing the feeling, right?
Yeah.
I found myself moving much faster than I should have been in that cave. My only thought was to get out as quickly as possible. I passed the crystal formation, barely even noticing this beautiful creation of nature in the green glow of my light. Every time I ducked to avoid a rock, I felt my back scream as its reminder of my injury. Then I got to the point in the passage where I had to crawl. I flung my myself down on all fours, barely slowing down as I stopped. When my hands came in contact with the cave floor, I felt an electric shock shoot all the way down my back, and simultaneously down my arms. For the first time since this nightmare had begun, I let out a scream. I crumpled down and lay there on the rock, with new levels of pain manifesting every time I inhaled. Whimpering from fear and pain, I tried to listen to any other noise in the cave. I could feel the silence pounding in my head. I knew from previous trips that B was still out of earshot, but I was close. Forcing myself to move, I winced as I pulled my body onto all fours and started to progress along the cave. I still held the glow stick in my hand, but I had ceased checking behind me. Now my focus was ahead of me. I reached the point where I could yell to B, but I didn't make a sound. I didn't want to stop long enough to talk. Finally, I reached the last stretch of cave before the squeeze. As I was crawling toward the beginning of the tomb, I called to B. He answered back. I screamed to him to get everything ready to go. He asked if I was okay. Since he hadn't heard from me on the phone, he had gotten worried. I told him no, and to get everything ready to go. When I reached the rope, I flipped off my helmet and shoved it into my pack. For the first time I realized I had forgot my video camera. It was a fleeting thought. I cared no more about that camera than a passenger of the Titanic cared about a hat or a coat. I tied the pack to the rope and told him pull it through. Then I told him to start heading toward the surface as soon as he pulled the rope through. He asked why, and I screamed that there was something in the cave with us. Do we want to stop there? It's been 40 minutes.
No. Yeah, we can.
All right.
Shit's gotten tense,
it's getting good.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's fun.
First time I read this, I was like, oh, it's paying off. Okay. So we were there.
Cool.
All right. So I'm going to turn this stuff off. You can see us out and everything.
Give us our little wordy words that we need to pop up there.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah. Hey, make sure you leave a comment of a question you'd like answered, or just maybe something for us to talk about.
Yeah, some topics, something you'd like to hear our opinions on, stuff like
Let's
that.
get it specific for them. Which one do we want? Do we want topics to talk about or a question?
Yeah, let's do topics to talk about.
Okay.
Something that they
we'll-
would find
How
interesting.
many we want to pick? We'll pick one. We'll just pick the best one. We'll see
Yeah.
how it goes. That sounds good.
All right.
Like you said, like, comment, subscribe for us so that we can continue to do this for you guys. It's a lot of fun. We have fun doing it.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's back over by me. But
All
other
right.
than that,
Thanks for hanging out with us.
happy birthday to the man.
That was a groovy
It's
time.
coming.
Groovy time.
Groovy time.
The game.